Guys, welcome to episode 2, Ashwood Fab Shop. First episode was the 79 start of the canopy. So episode 2 is something a little different, something we've done a lot of here, but yeah, it's something different for YouTube. So, XP900 Polaris. So part of my fabrication business is building custom buggies out of Polarises and Suzukis for hunting. So this thing's going to get a full custom alley back, sort of in a way a canopy but with no roof, so his kids can stand on the back. Yeah, it's going to have a water tank in the headboard, little toolboxes, a few other things like rope rails and stuff, all out of aluminium. Frame will be out of 75 2mm RHS. Checker plate floor. We'll probably do a little back, just like a standard tray back on it that will come down on an angle across and then back up on an angle. Might use the standard Polaris lights, we'll see. We might make them fit. Other than that, I was doing tilt beds, but I'm no longer. The tilt mechanism isn't built for something a little bit heavier than the tub, even though the tubs are pretty heavy. Yeah, so we'll bolt it straight to the actual Polaris chassis, and it should be good. All up should weigh about 50 kilos, 60 kilos, something like that. It's light enough that I'll be able to pick it up myself. Yeah, so we'll rip in now and get the back off and start doing some measurements to get it done. I'll bring this back when I'm starting to rip the tub off. Got the old wrist saver, 14-15mm spinner, and vary between the size of the buggy, what the back size is, so we'll rip that off and get into it. So we always keep the hardware just in case the customer wants to put the back on if he sells the buggy. So yeah, we always keep the hardware. Put it somewhere safe. These are pretty light, so we're just going to use a ratchet strap and an overhead and rip it off. I'll just show you. It's just a pin with a clip on it, and that allows you to pull it off the gas strut, which allows you to get it completely off once you undo the wires. Righto. She's all off. Now that's off, we can push the buggy back the other way and alright, there's your gas strut. Held in by 2 pins and 2 clips, and it also has a stainless cable as a override, so if it flips back it doesn't keep going, stainless cable holds it. Bit pedantic when it comes to sockets and stuff. They all need to be back where they are. I get a little bit emotional when one of my sockets are missing, like my 17. It's kind of irritating me a lot. I can't find it. Same with spanners, they all need to go back where they come from. I'm not loyal to one company. Really happy with this Milwaukee box. It's great. Big box, but it's pretty good. Keypads. It's just a really good box. Plenty of space. It's got your dedicated Milwaukee tool drawer, so you can put all your battle guns and everything in there. It's a great box. Yeah, I've got a Tool Pro one there. It's just a cheap, super cheap one. But look, I can't fold it. I use a lot of Tool Pro tools. To be honest with you, I can't fold it one bit. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get back to this buggy. Pretty much the idea is we'll lay some scrap out and have a look what it looks like, how it fits. So you want enough room in between the actual buggy and the headboard so it's not rubbing or touching or anything like that. So yeah, we're just measuring that now. You're just using a bit of scrap. So we usually run a metre by around 1650. Seems to be a good amount of overhang. It's not putting excess weight that it's not used to. Over the back, a lot of blokes build buggies and they're 1600 long, and it's just way too long. It's stupid and makes so much extra pressure on the buggy that it doesn't need. So yeah, I'll just grab a tape measure here once I find it, and we'll rip in and get some measurements, start cutting. Righto. I think we're going to run with a bit of a real close one on this one. I think we're going to run with 1520. So I've got the base tacked up. So now we'll get some of the bigger arc. So we'll get a few of them cut up and we'll make it happen. I was going to put a water tank in the headboard, which is just along here. That's what I usually do, but I think I'm going to run the headboard as the water tank. So down here and across there, 2 taps out the back either side, and that's going to be our water tanks. I've done it like that before, but yeah, we'll soon find out. But I'll get to cutting here in a second and we'll go from there. TIG, but to tack it up, I'm going to have to weld across there and sand it up. So we'll weld across the tank, clean it up, and then tack her on. We've got 2 water tanks on both sides. We'll do the top one in between the 2 uprights, and then we'll probably pull it off and set it on some stands and weld it out. The bottom's pretty much welded, so welded one side of all these. All the joins that I can get to on the top are welded, both sides. So I'll rip it off now and I'll put it on a set of stands, and we'll start welding him out properly and start doing the uprights for here and across the back and to the front. I can do all that on a set of stands, so yeah, I'll make that happen. So there's a hole here still because that's where the tap's going to be. Same there, that's where the filler point's going to be, so there'll be a water tank on here, water tank on there, and yeah, I'll calculate how much water it's going to hold on either side. I reckon it should be about maybe 15-20 litres, something like that on a side. So yeah, we'll get that happening, and I'll bring his back when I've got some stuff cut and it's on some stands, and yeah, we'll go from there. As you can see, it's light up. No drums at all. I might actually turn it around so it's the other way. Righto, I'll just show you a really good product. 3M sanding pads. There go. 3M's not a sponsor or nothing like that. It's just, these are really good pads. I've been using them for a long time. You cannot get better than that. Flappy disc are useless compared to these. These are awesome. You can get them in lots of different cuts, different types of pads. 3M, that's where it's at. Same with cut and aluminium. Bit of candle wax. Bit of lubrication goes a long way. Chucked it back on the buggy. Done it myself, one-handed. It's I reckon probably about 45 kilos at the moment, so she's not that heavy. She looks pretty good on there. Get a little bit of side-on action here. She looks good, doesn't stick out too far. Bit of front-on action. Sorry for the glare. She looks pretty staunch. Doesn't stick up over the headboard or nothing, over the roof or nothing silly like that. Looks good. So, yeah, no, it should look bloody good when she's done. So I've just got mesh to put in the back of here now. We'll put flat sheet on the floor and up to there, and then mesh up. We've got a couple of lights to put on. We'll weld these water tanks out, 2 taps off either side, filler points up the top. She'll look bloody good when she's done. Wasn't filming when I've done this before, so I've got the mesh in. Got the stabiliser in, just about tack it all in. So I'll quickly just tack it in a few spots with the pulse MIG, and then I'm going to switch over to the TIG, and I'll probably start welding it out once I put the floor in. No worries. Now we've got that tacked in, we'll move on to the floor. We'll get the floor completely cut out and into place, tack it in, and then we'll pull the canopy off the buggy, flip it upside down, fully weld the floor out, and get a few more things happening. I'll just go and cut the sheet, and I'll be back. Righto. So we just line it up with the marks, the mark on either side, line the edge up with it and jump on it. Cut her up. Righto, so mine only goes to 1200. I'm now going to have to shear it off at 950. So I'll go up to another mate's workshop and quickly smash that 950 and I'll be back. Righto, we've marked our 950. We're just going to run it through. This one we don't have to allow for it to pull around because it's a sharp gillo and 2 mils nothing for it. So while I'm here, my mate's shop is called Boss Custom Fabrication. He builds custom bull bars, all sorts of custom fabrication, but mainly he does bull bars. So I've got a half-built Hilux bar here. I run one on my cruiser. I'll take you out and show that here in a second. But yeah, I'll drop a link for his Instagram if you're after a Hilux or a Land Cruiser bar. Hit him up. Righto, this is one of Greg's 79 bars. He does a very good job. Dual rails into wide solid side steps that she can use as rock sliders. We've just marked out this to fit around the uprights of the canopy. So about 78 mil, so you allow for the weld around it, plus the center bar. We'll get them cut out and I'll put it in and we'll test fit it and we'll go from there. So when you're cutting aluminium with a grinder, bit of wax, beeswax, same, all works, makes it cut a whole lot easier and a whole lot quicker. So I've had a bit of a bugger up. We'll add a little bit too much for here and here, which is all good. We'll make it happen and sort him out. Just get some gear together and we'll tack him in. It fits nice and smooth the whole way around. So now I'll just go around and tack it all down with a pulse me, and then yeah, we'll get it over and we'll probably flip it on its back and weld the floor out, and then put the section in across the headboard, get that mesh in, and then yeah, we'll go from there. We'll just chuck it on the stands now and weld out the floor. The reason I'm not doing the headboard quite yet is I don't have enough material. I'm just waiting for some material to come, and yeah, we'll go from there. I might make up the toolboxes next. We'll see how we go. Righto, just made up a couple of toolboxes, set him back on. So we've got majority of everything on, got a little back piece on there now. Main support in the middle, we've just got a TIG weld around the outside of it now and she's all good. So yeah, no, she looks quite good. Toolbox on the other side there. I'll show you once the toolboxes are made up, and might be getting back toolboxes yet, I'm not quite sure. But as we'll see when it happens. Just chuck the crate back on. This is where we're going to leave this episode. Next episode will be the filming a half and half. Be half about a quick little dog box I've got to make up for the back of a Triton, and also rest of this. So just thought I'd give you a quick walk around. So we've got all the taps now for the underneath the back there. I've got a set of lights to go on it that I'll wire up, and yeah, we'll put a set of hunt lights in the front up the top. Got little toolboxes started and made. They're just going to be a simple seamless flat door, nothing crazy, with a bit of pinch weld on it, so try and keep as much dust out as we can. I was looking at doing a toolbox back and front, but I don't really like the idea and the look of it, but all around I think she's turning out so pretty good so far. So don't forget to give us a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. There'll be some cool content coming out in the next couple of weeks, from buggies to harvesting racks, We'll be doing a bit more on the big girl, and we'll also be finishing off the motor for the International that's hardening in there. So yeah, no, it'll be a bit of a mixed bag in the next couple of weeks for Ashwood Fab Shop. Hope you guys will enjoy the content, and just remember, you work hard and you get what you need. You work harder, you get what you want. Righto, catches.